Jigweave, Vijay Martash, and want to go May. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all doing well. God bless each and every one of you. So, happy St. Bridget's to each and every one of you. So, St. Bridget, for those of you who don't know, is one of Ireland's 3 patron saints. So, you've got St. Patrick, St. Columkill, and St. Bridget. Now, the radical far left they've made an attempt to hijack what St. Bridget's Day is all about. You see the Irish government pushing this propaganda too, that she was some kind of a feminist, radical leftist, pro-abortionist. They're twisting her miracles to say that she carried out Ireland's first abortion. What a load of absolute nonsense. No talk of the things that she did. She set up one of Ireland's most important monasteries in County Kildare, a centre for learning, one of the most important centres for learning in the whole of Christendom. And of course, they're trying to hijack another Irish saint. So, welcome to the show, everybody. We've got a very special guest today. We've got the spokesperson for the Irish Rural Association, Jackie Flannry. She'll be joining us now in just a second to talk about what they're all up to, what they're getting involved in, and how they're trying to help with the destruction of Irish farming. So look, good stuff, everybody. So look, we're going to say our Lord's Prayer as Gaeilge, and then we'll say hello to a few people in the live chat, and then we will bring Jackie on. So please join me. And then Manahar Gazavek or Spirit Neve, amen. Arn Yahar Ratar now, go Neve for Daniel, go Dagda the rate, go Janter the Hollow and Talib, Marianter now. Arn the Hull to do new, or Smite doing our fecta, Mara Whitehamid dar Vectin a Fian. Ag na leg sin a gahu, ag sir sin a ulk, amen. And then the Manahar Gazavek or Spirit Neve, amen. Okay, everybody, welcome to tonight's show. How are we all doing? Let me go quickly to the live chat. Shauna Porter, how are we doing? She says, Giga Nile, brilliant work you're doing. The people need to wake up and get their heads out of the sand. I agree with that, Shauna. Let me go to Instagram. How are we all doing? Everybody, good win for Donegal. Yes, I think they beat Kerry today. I watched a little bit of it. Much respect from Glasgow, says Parkhead Boy. God Save Ireland, says William. Yes. Up era, indeed. Reno, good man, thanks for moderating. Robert McGuire, what about you? Please let me know in the lights up where you're all from. Paula Walsh, how's it going? Michael O'Sullivan, what about you? Desmond O'Carroll, good to see you. Good to see so many people in the live chat. Really appreciate it. Look, the very least you could do before we bring Jackie on, please share these live streams with all your friends and family. It costs you absolutely nothing to do so. So share it in your Facebook groups, share it in your WhatsApp groups, share it in your Telegram groups. The very least you can do is share it. It costs you absolutely nothing, right? Okay, look. Let's bring on tonight's guest. I gotta give her a wee quick call here, so just bear with me. Hopefully get everything working right now. Hello, can you hear me, Jackie?
Hello, Niall. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just me adjust the audio levels here now. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Very good. So, a lot of my audience might know who you are or about your organisation. So, you're the spokesperson for the Irish Rural Association. What do you do, and what do you get up to, and what are you trying to get involved in?
Okay, so Irish Rural Association is a voluntary, independent lobby group, and we lobby and work on a lot of issues throughout the country on rural issues, on agricultural issues. You know, numerous to mention. We try to help people the best we can. We worked in relation to the turf cutters. We have taken on the farm plastic issue. We have dealt with many things. We have been in Greece to support the Greece farmers. A lot of practical stuff, a lot of simple stuff. They have a strong voice in Irish Rural Association because we're not affiliated to anybody. We're not an NGO. Like I said, we're independent. You're speaking to me tonight from the kitchen table, so to speak, and that's how we operate. We self-fund. We don't get funding from anywhere. We're our own people in that sense.
Very good. Oh, I kicked my wee radiator there. Forgive me. So I'm, as you can tell, I'm in my back office here. I'm in the house as well. Not funded by any NGOs or any state government agencies. Look, so there's a lot happening now in Irish farming. I don't know where do we start here. So you're sort of involved in a lot of stuff. I suppose maybe the scandal that's broke now is the head of Board Bia, who's supposed to be promoting Irish food, and keeping Irish food standards very, very high and promoting Irish food everywhere. He's actually, his company that he's involved with is importing Brazilian beef. What is going on there?
Well, you see, this is it, Niall. And I mean, for many, many years, Brazilian beef has been coming into Ireland. For example, in 2017, over 1 million worth of Brazilian beef was imported into Ireland. And those figures are since 2014. So Brazilian beef has been in Ireland for a long, long time. But what we're actually looking at is a chairman of a board, our food safety board, that is quite clearly admitted to bringing in. Now, he has said 1%. Well, 1% of what? And it is not acceptable because it is double standards. Mr. Mullen has been on board, be a consumer board for years, so it's not something that is new, but it is double standards in our belief, whereby he sits promoting Irish beef where farmers meet the tightest of red tape and rules and regulations. And yet we are looking at the chairman of this board openly stating that he's importing Brazilian beef. And the more concerning fact is in all of this that Taoiseach the Taoiseach and the Minister for Agriculture is clearly supporting this man, as we're calling for him to be either removed or to resign.
Yeah, and this person was put into this position by someone close to home here up in Donegal, Mr. Charlie McConnell Ogue, who was the Minister of Agriculture at the time. So, I'll just play devil's advocate here. What's the problem with this man importing Brazilian beef? Is this not good for the market? What is the big problem with him, selling on Brazilian beef through his company?
Well, I mean, would you like to be put into a position where you're representing, like I said, a state board, you're sitting on a state board, i.e. Board Bia? Your business, there's nothing wrong with his business is his business, but the simple fact of the matter is that he is importing Brazilian beef, which is now known and proven to be unhealthy, unsafe, untraceable. And he's going, on one hand, promoting Irish beef and Irish foodstuffs all over the world, and on the other hand, he is importing Brazilian beef himself. Now, it has been clearly identified, as we have found out in relation to recently, and I quote, Brazilian beef is sold in Ireland weeks before food safety alert, the Food Safety Authority confirms. So the problem is we don't really know where this Brazilian beef is going. We have found a lot of traces of it, and indeed Beefplan, and this is when I get to the protest on Thursday, is Beefplan actually brought out the Dawn Farms it's basically like this. You'll find all of this on our Facebook page, Irish Rural Association Facebook page. And I quote, restaurants in Ireland are currently sourced from EU approved plants in Europe and Brazil. Now, like I said, going back, the Irish Farmers Association have indicated that this is going on for 25 years. And the Brazilian beef still hasn't been approved. There has been no changes. There has been no improvements. And we're still listening to hormones. It has been clearly identified that it's carcinogenic. So this is what we now know is in our food systems in Ireland, but we don't know where. And the problem here is goes back to relating to the country of origin, where we have proven on the packaging, it says EU or non-EU meats. So we need to see a change in that going forward. We need to see legislation in that going forward to change, that it identifies exactly where the products are coming from. If it's EU, let's just say, for example, Spain, or if it's non-EU, let's just say it's Brazil or Paraguay or any of those, Argentina, any of those non-EU countries. So this is where I suppose you have the situation of the protest going on. The protest that's been organised on Thursday, I suppose, has really initiated from Beefplan and their general manager, where they got together, called around people to see would they be interested. And I suppose everybody was enthused by what happened on the 10th of January in Athlone. And, at the end of the day, Niall, we have to take responsibility ourselves as farmers, as consumers, as communities. We need to get involved to make sure that our food is safe in what's going in and what's going out into the retailers and what we're actually importing into this country. So this group, as it was just quietly called farm associations and groups. And we had our first face-to-face meeting in Tullamore on the 27th. And as a result of that, the decision unanimously by, I think there was 9 or 10 groups there that night, farm organizations, groups, people that were involved in communities and stuff like that. And the decision that night was to send a letter to the minister requesting an urgent meeting with him to discuss the Board Bia fiasco and looking for the removal or the resignation of Mr. Larry Moran as the chairman of Board Bia. We did get an acknowledgement of that towards the weekend. We had a camera call on Thursday, and following that camera call, this is where it was decided to have a protest because Mr. Mullen is going in front of the Joint Agricultural Committee on Thursday. And again, like I said, this has been organised through BFLAN. And I would say that Nadine Webster, who is the general manager, has many more organisations and groups got since then that wanted to join, because it's very, very important. While you have the main farming organisation out there, it's very, very important that the smaller groups, the other groups, get involved as well. And we know that they're getting involved. And that's what's very, very important, because a clear message has got to go out to the Taoiseach, the Taoiseach, and the Minister for Agriculture. Because at the end of the day, as you said, Niall, the Minister for Agriculture, the previous Minister for Agriculture, was the one that appointed this man and appointed the state boards. And the problem is, the buck stops with the Minister for Agriculture, and the question has to be asked, if they're not going to remove them, and if he doesn't resign, what can people do then next? That's a very, very big question. But from the point of view of where we're starting, everybody is very, very angry. So, number one is the resignation or the removal of Larry Moran as the chairman of the board of Board Bia. Number two, the group also are seeking the removal or the resignation from the Board Bia board. However, there is a lot of work that has to be done in relation to that call. And those were 2 unanimous votes by those groups that have met. And, when you're looking for resignations, and particularly in relation to the board, that means a lot of things, because you have a board there that are promoting the foodstuffs in Ireland. But you also have to look at the absolute cock-ups, and that's all I'll call them, of what's happening in relation to food labelling in this country. We see the Board Bia label, quality assured, and we have looked even this week at a product. Again, you'll find it on our page, and it's this. It's Irish herbs Thai style curry mix. So this has the Board Bia label on it. It has the Irish product on it. But down in the bottom, when you look at the origin, it says Kenya and Spain. Now, that has been recalled by Board Bia because it has the Board Bia stamp. And it's also gone into the Food Safety Authority.
Just to interject there, if it's got the Board Bia stamp, does that supposed to mean that the food originates from Ireland, or is made or is Irish beef or Irish food?
You see, if you go into Board Bia and you look at all their labels, there's a plethora, and that's all I can say, is a plethora of labels, because this is where the consumer, I think, gets very mixed up, Niall, in the sense, because if you look at the top part of Board Bia, and I'm wearing the hat now I'm a graphic designer by originality. So when you're looking at the top part of the Board Bia logo, that's fine. When you see that, you think it's okay. But because there's different wording in the Board Bia stamps, some of it says maybe it related to meat only, it might relate to Northern Ireland, it might relate to EU. There's different wordings on the bottom part of the labels, which are at times when the consumer is rushing to do the shopping, or they see the little top part of the Board Bia, the little the queue, the all that, but they don't see, it's not clear enough. And that's where it's causing the problems. And we've seen that on several occasions, and not alone on the Board Bia logos, but we've seen it in ordinary other products as well, where we take an example of this, which is Irish tomatoes on the vine from Tesco. And yet, when you go down to the origin, it's Spain. So there's mislabeling, there's wrong labeling, not alone on the Board Bia products, but on ordinary products as well, whereby you're looking at all of the food, and particularly at this juncture, I'll go to the food recalls, if I may. where last June, July, and August, and particularly in July, there was several food recalls. And the main problem with the food recalls was listeria was found. The majority of the products were these easy dinners, these pre-prepared dinners. But to this date, Niall, nobody has come out and told us where and how this happened, why it happened, who was responsible. Irish Rural Association and a man by the name of Dennis O'Callaghan visited the Food Safety Authority on the 4th of September 2025. And we put our issues on the table and we said, how does this process work? And the process works if Niall has a shop or Niall is a retailer and Niall comes along or a customer comes along and say, well, look, there's something wrong with this. I'm after finding something wrong with it. It's up to Niall to contact the Food Safety Authority and say, well, I have a batch of stuff here. And, one of us was looking at the other and saying, is this for real? Like, is this really how it's done? And it is. So that means that that product has to be removed, not alone from Niall's shop, but every other shop in Ireland. So that leaves another question. And the other question is, well, when all of this stuff is gathered up and it's classed as waste, where is it disposed of? And it has to be disposed of properly in an animal centre where it is, that's the legal part of it. So we left the Food Safety Authority that day very concerned, and we told them that there was going to be 4 or 5 things done from a perspective of Irish Rural Association. So we told them that we were going to do a video outside their premises. We've done that. We told them that we were going to Dáil Éireann to speak to TDs. We've done that. We told them that we were going to get it into the Joint Agriculture Committee. That is on the way. I believe it would have happened only for the fiasco now that's after happening. We told them that we would get parliamentary questions. We've done that. And we finally have said that we will bring this to Europe. That's been worked on. And what's happening here now will augment that. So this is where the two things have actually happened, where we as an organisation, a lobby group, brought all of this stuff. And I've only a small bit of samples here with me, Niall. But this is as a result of, it's a steps of the stairs situation. But it's no longer acceptable that people of Ireland have to wonder, is my food safe? Is my meat safe? Is my chicken safe? So that's the reason why people have got together outside the main farming organisation and decided to protest, particularly when this man is going into the Joint Agriculture Committee. We're saying he has to go. And very clearly he has to go. That is the very, very clear message from the people. So that's what's happening this Thursday on the 5th of February, where we're calling on people to come and meet up and start at Buzzwells at 10 a.m. As they go in, I think it's 12:30 they're going in, to give a strong voice and a clear message that we don't want this man anymore. We haven't confidence in him as the chair of the board because what has been shown. We haven't confidence in Board Bia because our farmers are breaking their backsides to produce the top quality product that has been exported and recognised all over the world. And that's the problem. People do not care in state bodies what's happening to farmers. They're walking all over them. They're controlling them. Farmers are working their pin to the collar 24 hours a day, 365 to produce the prime products in this country that's exported. We want safe food in Ireland, not this crap that's hormone filled, has been proven to be carcinogenic. And it's as simple as that now.
Very well said, Jackie. So that's this coming Thursday protest at Buzzwells Hotel in Dublin. Now, this isn't just for farmers. This is for everybody. If you care about your food, if you care about your children, if you care about the future of Ireland, our traditions and our heritage, well, you can go too. It's not just for farmers. I'll be there this coming Thursday, and I encourage everybody else to go there as well. Show your support for the farmers, but also, this is just totally unacceptable. I was going to ask you a question. So, say to the average Irish man or woman who's maybe doing the shopping, and they want to just buy Irish beef, like, does it have to be labelled? I know you were chatting about labelling there. Like, how do they find out exactly where the origins is? Because I saw some posts where, you might look at a piece of beef and think, oh, that's an Irish name. It's an Irish family-run business. But when you look at the origin, it might say, like, Brazilian beef origin at the back. What's your advice?
Yeah, you see, the if you look at particularly the Aldis and the Littles of this world, they have what seems to be a family business name on it, but it's not actually a family business. But realistically, there is a small label at the back, and it is, like I said, it's a very, very small label where it indicates IRL, EU, or whatever. People aren't looking for that. You know, at the end of the day, if people can really afford and they want their meat or their mince or the whatever, we really are saying support your local butcher if you can. Ask where the product is coming from. I mean, and this is where the whole mishmash over labeling is and packaging is. There's a big piece of work, Niall, to be sorted out in this. And I mean, this goes way further than the Larry Mullen saga. That's only one piece of work that actually has to be done. He has to go. That's number one. But all of this labeling has to be readdressed. So what we're really advising is if people can go to your local butcher. I mean, there's some fine places in Dublin. I've seen them advertised there on Facebook recently, and they're promoting the Irish products, and they're telling you they have their own abattoir, and they're killing at home, and they're producing them home and curing them at home, their own farm. And this is what we need to support, because at the end of the day, that's the domino effect. If those Irish butchers go, we're lost. We're lost, and it's
Yeah.
import, import, import.
Well,
Sadly,
I don't mean this isn't technically, well, I'll put it as a plug, but like we sell Irish beef, lamb, and pork directly to consumer on our website. We support Irish butchers, Irish farmers, Irish abattoirs. Well, they're based in Donegal. So like, but go to your local butcher. You don't need to buy from our shop, but go to your local butcher, support your local butchers, because they're going out of business. They're being tightened and tightened. Or they're being squeezed all the time. And I would do your best to boycott Aldi, Lidl, Tesco's, because no, these small butchers need your support now more than ever. And if you are struggling for a bit of money, just go to them and say, look, I don't have much money. Can you just give me some cheap cuts? They'll throw you out livers and kidneys and hearts and cheap cuts for nothing. They throw away a lot of these things. So
I,
that's what I was
I,
doing.
I don't just want to clarify now. We're not calling to boycott any place. What we are advising
Sorry, I
consumers,
am. Sorry, go on ahead.
uh, what we are advising consumers is to actually just check the label, and particularly if you see the word non-EU, put it back, put it back, and that goes for beef, chicken, and there's a certain amount of vegetables. I mean, we do have to rethink things here in Ireland. I mean, like I said, I was in Greece visiting the Greek farmers when they're protesting in Comatini and a few of the camps, and they brought me to their markets. And one of the markets was, oh, it was quite long, and it had all of their produce, all of their vegetables, all fresh. And I mean, I was in awe at what I was looking at. And it reminded me years ago when I was a kid that where mom and dad used to go to town, and while, okay, we used to be self sufficient here in our own farm and we had our own bits and pieces and we grow our own vegetables. But that's what we need to go back to. We need to support our tillage farmers. We need to support our grain growers. And speaking of grain, there is also thousands of tons. I stand to be corrected if it's, I don't know whether it's 750,000, but there's quite a large importation of Mercosur grain in this country as well. I was quite shocked to hear that. So we need to go back to the drawing board. And farmers, we've always been saying farmers need to cut their cloth to their means, because we still have to face the CAP 27. But we need to support the tillage. We need to support the grain growers. We don't have a teaspoon of flour in this country. The only mill that's left is now for basically packing imported flour. So
Unbelievable.
it is unbelievable, Niall. And I mean, a lot of people aren't aware of this, because, it has to be, we have to educate, we have to inform, but we have to support our local producers. We have to support our local produce.
But like,
Irish farmers are, they're at the pin of their collar here.
yeah, but it sounds like you're nail on the head there. It sounds like a conspiracy. Like when we had when my father's time, like when there was basically no technology, none of this high tech farming gadgets and whatnot, machinery. Like you said, we were self sustainable. My father used to tell me, "Geez, when I was a young boy, all these fields where we were growing our own crops, we grow nothing now." And you're talking about we don't produce any flour, but we were importing potatoes from Brazil. Even it's unthinkable. Why are they like
The
they're seems
figures,
like they're hollowing out Ireland altogether, and we're not self-sustainable. Remember during the COVID pandemic, they were talking about, oh, we need to be self-sustainable. Well, Ireland isn't self-sustainable. We're relying on importing food into Ireland. It's unbelievable.
Niall, the simple fact of the matter is, at this point in time, Ireland is not food secure. Food safety is the big issue here on what's happening here in the next couple of days, and in relation to Mr. Moran and his importation of, and I don't care whether it's 1% or 21% or 101%. It's not acceptable, because we don't know what food chain it's gone into. We don't know whether it's gone into school kids' meals, hospital meals, or anywhere else. We want to know where this unsafe thing has gone. But, and that's the frustration. While farmers go out every day to meet all of this criteria. And I mean, the questions, there's two questions, right, that is very simple that I have to ask in this context. And it's very simple and it's very factual. Can Larry Moran prove that his 1% or whatever percentage that's coming in and that he's importing, his company is importing into Ireland, is that traceable? And is it safe to eat? And is it hormone free? Because the Irish farmers can and have full traceability for their beef products. And the second question I'd like to pose, we'd like to know, for example, what processors or factories are actively importing Brazilian beef and South American beef? And are any of those, or have any of those processors sat on the Board B board, or are sitting on the Board B board?
Good questions.
There are not a lot of questions, Niall, that have to be asked that we want answers to. And
have you heard anything or inklings, or is it possible that these things are true? Like, what did you say there, that some of these people, the processors, maybe, I don't know, certain big oligarchs and the beef barons, are they sitting on boards?
Yes, there is inkling. I mean, you have ABP. Is it ABP on the board? Hang on a second. Now we get it right.
Is that Larry Goodman? Is it?
No, you have a gentleman by the name of Mr. Kevin Cahill, managing director of ABP Ireland and Poland, sitting on the board. You have people there. I mean, this is more leaning towards the Board B board is leaning more towards the processors than it is the farmers. There needs to be more representation of Irish farmers on that board. And there seemed to have an attitude at government level, and this goes for all state boards, that we are not qualified to sit on boards, that we have to have a degree and we have to have a PhD and we have to be knowledgeable in all of this stuff. I mean, personally, Niall, what really is irritating me, and you just touched on it there about, your dad and the green fields and we were growing food and all the rest of it. Yes, we're gone a little bit too technological and too genetic. I'm personally a firm believer that, we're interfering too much with our nature, with the nature of animals, with our land. There's a little bit too much of that, and it is upsetting the apple carts, but it's causing farmers a lot of problems. I mean, as I said to you, just one item, and I know it irritates a lot of farmers. And one question is, can you show where, for example, that you dosed your cat or your dog, and you have to have your receipt, and you might have to have the box with the tablet in it? What's that got to do with beef? Do you know?
Yeah, government overreach.
Yes, afraid so.
Look, you're making a lot of sense there, and I could probably speak to you for another hour. So there's protests this Thursday, 10:30 p.m. in Dublin, outside. What's the hotel again? Sorry.
We're meeting up. We're gathering at Buzzwells and just tipping across the road, as the saying goes. But we're inviting everybody, as you say, farmers, consumers, people that have an interest in safe food in this Ireland, and people that want to give a clear message of supporting us into the Joint Agricultural Committee, into government, that we're not accepting. And we're not, Niall. I mean, I can clearly say that people are so angry, and this group of people, the Farm Association and groups, they're angry, and it's not going to stop at Thursday, I think. I mean, and it can't. We can't.
No, very good, very good. Is there anything else now you want to point out or highlight now before we go?
I think we've covered a bit of it. I think the most important thing is to just get out there about the protest on Thursday. The people that started it, the people that are there involved, and that it's building on, and that we just want support. You may at some time come back to me over another agenda or two, because there's a lot to be talked about. There's a lot to be discussed in rural Ireland and in agricultural, Niall, and we're always grateful to talk to people. We're open to that all of the time and get the message across, the numerous messages that we've got across, because we're not, for me personally as a spokesperson, it's my job to meet people, to talk to people, to get the information out there, and to deal with the facts and to back it up with the evidence. Those are the two most important things when you're a spokesperson, when you're trying to get a message across. And that's the way we operate now. We have people all over the country. We have followers all over the country. We don't do Instagram, so you have me on everything here tonight that I haven't been on already. So thank you for that. But our following is heading for nearly 20,000 as we're 4 years old on the 14th of February. So we're very thankful for that, and we're very grateful for that. As I said, we're just ordinary people. There's nothing wild or exciting about us. We're just doing, hopefully, a good job for people and a strong voice for people.
And happy St. Bridget's Day as well.
And many happy returns. Lola Bridget.
I am. So God bless you, and maybe we'll see you on Thursday.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks very much for coming on.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Slán. Okay, everybody. So that was a good wee discussion there. Thanks very much for coming on. That was Jackie Flannry, the spokesperson of the Irish Rural Association. Good stuff, good stuff. I learned a lot there. Hopefully you learned a lot. Let me turn on my heater here. It's a bit cold. So let me go to the live chat. Sorry I didn't get to any questions. But you know yourself. I'm here in America and I see this looks like from Ireland. We are praying for you and please pray for us. Yep, you're going through tough times as well out there. Gotta go, catch you soon, says Abel. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So let me just go to the live chats here. What's everyone saying? Okay, the YouTube live chat's doing well. Sean Mack, thanks for moderating. Reno says, great interview. I was great. I really enjoyed listening to Jackie. Hope you're doing well, Reno. Palm oil is bad. It is indeed. Don't eat that stuff. You can't grow chocolate in Ireland. No, you can't indeed. Bread is highly processed. It is highly processed. Like, you can make your own bread at home. But if you look at the recipe for Brennan's bread, it's just a lot of seed oils and preservatives, emulsifiers, etc. It's not really bread at all, is it? So just going through some of the comments here. Small government is a good thing, says Kyle. Yeah, so look, let me bring up something here. So while we were talking about the farming industry and trying to get Irish beef, well, we've got you covered, because where is this page here now? Let me see here now. Sorry, it's messing about with all these different pages up everywhere. I might close a few of them. Is this the right one here? Okay. So look, if you want to get your beef, pork or lamb box delivered to your front door, guaranteed Donegal, Fenian, beef, lamb and pork. So these are beef butcher boxes. Donegal's finest beef, not only the finest beef in Ireland, the finest beef in the world. You can get a beautiful beef butcher box delivered to anywhere in Ireland and the UK. So it comes in like a little refrigerated box, frozen gel packs to keep it chilled. Next day delivery. If you want your beef box or beef, pork or lamb box this coming Wednesday, we dispatch every Tuesday. Make sure you get your orders in tonight. Dispatch on Tuesday for next day delivery on Wednesday. So that's all 32 counties of Ireland, North and South, and UK, England, Scotland and Wales. Now check out our store. Brand new product has just been launched. The jersey I'm wearing, the official Shield na Hern Gaelic jersey. Look, it's got the beautiful Shield and Heron logo and the Celtic cross and the Irish Republic, and on the back as well, it's got the proclamation. So that's a Shield and Heron jersey. We dispatch worldwide. No matter where you're from, Canada, America, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, UK, we dispatch worldwide, and these are very, very popular. This is the most popular product by far at the minute. So get your orders in, click the link in my bio, or click the link down below this video. No matter where you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and check out our store as well. We've got jackets too. It's cold here up in Tyrconnell doing the now. We've got the Regatta high quality jackets. It's got beautiful embroidery of Shield and Heron logo. It's got lined in the inside. It's got a hood. It's got nice pockets outside and inside. That's the Shield and Heron official Regatta jacket. The jerseys are class. Irish language books as well. The ultimate 3-in-1. We got the basic Irish conversation grammar, the verb book, and the day-by-day conversational book. And it comes with audio as well. So you can learn in America. You can learn from the comfort of your own home. And then we've got the we've got the Bibles, the reams, we've got the Shield and Heron ties, we've got the Irish Nationalist badge bundle, Ireland is full stickers. We got it all, everybody. So and by ordering from our shop, you're supporting our work. Another way you can support our work is joining as a member today. Shield and Heron, Ireland's fastest growing Christian nationalist movement. The whole island of Ireland is the membership pack you receive in the post. You can join from Ireland, UK, Canada, America, Australia. You get this Who We Are book with the badge, the framed historic 1916 proclamation. You also get the Irish tricolour flag, and you get the membership card. That's joining as a member now. Click the link in the bio, join our movement now. That's a standard tier. This is the gold membership tier. What do you get if you join as a member? You get the gold coin, the gold finish coin, the beautiful Celtic cross on one side, the harp on the other side. You get the gold finished the gold finished membership card, and you get the membership badge. Absolutely beautiful. Join as member now. Click the link in the bio. Two versions, standard and gold. Okay, everybody. Let me get up the live chat again here. Which button do I press? So I'm going to go here quickly to the live chat. Every time he talks about the meat package, I get hungry. Well, you can order it from our shop. How's everybody doing on Instagram? Good to see you all. Facebook, good to see you all there. YouTube, Tangent, good to see you. Michael, what about you? Aaron Brown, how you doing? So it's good to see so many people in the live chat. Thanks so much for joining. We'll play a few clips here before we head off. We've got 2 or 3 clips here, right? So let me play them, right? So look, we're still campaigning to stop this mega mosque in Letterkenny, County Donegal. Let me see here, play this clip here. Though. I have to change my audio settings. Hold on a minute, actually, because I always have to change them when I do a video call. That one there should work. Okay. So I'll just play this clip here. Now, I've just got a haircut, so my hair's a bit longer there, in case you are wondering.
Hello everybody, I'm just in Abbey here, Letterkenny, County Donegal. We're just campaigning to stop the 4th mosque here in Letterkenny. Just over there, a stone throw away, is full planning approval for a mega mosque in Letterkenny, County Donegal. We're handing out leaflets, we're handing out flyers. We're trying to raise awareness about what's happening to our wonderful Ireland. Ireland, a Christian country. And we're walking on the footsteps of our ancestors, the land of saints and scholars. This is an ancient abbey here, going back to the time of St. Columkill, Ireland's patron saint. And on the ground where this proposed mosque is, there's a holy well on the site dedicated to Ireland's patron saint, St. Columkill. There's 3 patron saints in Ireland, St. Columkill, St. Bridget and St. Patrick. Columkill is one of those saints. And Ireland has been Islamified before our eyes. And we're doing everything we can. We're talking to the people on the streets. We're having good interactions, having some bad interactions, but we must keep moving forward. We're going door to door, trying to raise awareness, because the people of Donegal, the people of Ireland, the people of the world don't actually know what's happening. So that's why I'm asking for your support. There's a petition in below this video or in my bio, no matter where you're watching this video, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, no matter where you're watching or no matter where you are in the world, please sign the petition.
So you can actually sign the petition if you're watching the show right now. Click the link in the bio. You'll see a link there, Stop the Mosque in Letterkenny. Sign the petition, share it with all your friends and family.
We're doing this petition, trying to raise awareness, trying to put pressure on the Irish regime to stop this, to intervene, to stop it. And we need people power. We need people, putting pressure on the Irish government to stop it. So sign the petition, share it everywhere. It costs you absolutely nothing to do so. We're doing everything we can to stop it here. And unfortunately, the Irish politicians, there's not a word from them. And as I show you here, this beautiful ancient abbey in Aughinish, Letterkenny. Now, if you like my shirt, this is our official Shield na Herne Gaelic jersey. It's available to order now. We dispatch worldwide. Link is in the bio to order from our shop. Please share these videos with friends and family. My name is Niall McConnell from Castlevin, County Donegal. Slán agus Bannacht, Aaron go bra.
So let's stop this mega mosque. Link in the bio to sign the petition, share it everywhere. We need to raise awareness, need to put pressure on the regime to stop this. It's on the grounds of a holy well dedicated to St. Columkill. You could make it up, could you? So Johnny Goodman says, support Niall, join Shield na Herne, support the hardest working patriot in the 26 counties. I do my best. We do our best. Like, we do have teams up and down the country, for example, distributing our newspaper. We are very busy. We're active nearly every single day of the week, on the ground, on the streets. We're doing our best. We're hoping it might convince more people to do so. We need people doing this in every single town, village and city in Ireland. So sign a petition and join our movement now. Now, this is a conversation I had with 2 Ukrainians living in Ireland. Please let me know in the live chat what you think of this.
So how many times have you went back to Ukraine since you were in Ireland? Both of you?
I was in Ukraine just 2 times. First time it's because it was Christmas holidays. And yeah, I know.
But hold on, like just to stop right there. You're supposed to be fleeing war and you're going back home for Christmas.
Yeah, because you need to understand that here, I don't have here nobody.
I understand.
He's like, you need to understand, Irishman. You need to understand.
Understand that?
Yeah, my whole family, my whole friends live in Ukraine. And I was in Ukraine last time when I was in Ukraine, it was 4 months early.
Ago.
You went back to Ukraine 4 months ago?
Yeah.
Why?
Because my brother was in Ukraine all time. When start war, my brother was in Ukraine, my family was in Ukraine.
So 4 months ago, you went back to Ukraine? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But is that not a bit...
I live here, I live in Dublin 2 years. After I go in Ukraine, because I had problem with my document, with my passport, with my army document. Как это называется? I don't know how they say in English.
Military documents.
Oh, military documents?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I and I need change all this because if I
renew it.
Oh, renew it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So you went back to Ukraine?
Yeah.
4 months ago.
I did all my question. I decided all my question and come back here.
Okay.
Carja na Herne, the Irish patriot.
So what do you all think of that interaction with 2 Ukrainians going home for Christmas for holidays and trying to justify it as well? Unbelievable. Most of Ukraine is safe, just another scam. Why aren't they living in Ukraine? Well, I had actually discussed that with him. I might release that clip in another video where we had a discussion or a back and forward about Ukraine. I said, the war is in East Ukraine, the Kherson, Donbass area, and why don't you just live in Kiev or somewhere in the West Ukraine? Oh, the war is everywhere, they were telling me. I said, well, it's not really, though, is it? Like, the shops were open, nightclubs were open, people are partying on the street. No, the war is everywhere, they said. I said, look, no, like, when I had this discussion before Ukraine, I just said, right, okay. But I said, no, I'm not freaking stupid. I know it's not around the rest of the country. You could be living safely in Kiev or whatever. Yes, sometimes the Russian regime target infrastructure like electricity structures in Kiev, but like that's like people from Belfast during the Troubles. No, Irish Catholics from the in Belfast during the Troubles, and a lot of them went down south to Dublin and other places like that. Instead, like, can you imagine them like fleeing war, right? Fleeing Belfast and fleeing to Ukraine. It would be absolutely absurd. And Ireland is a tiny fraction of the size of Ukraine. So can you imagine like them refugees in Belfast during the Troubles fleeing to Ukraine? It's all like we wouldn't imagine it, but it's just absurd. But why are we supposed to accept it? It's an absolute joke. And these people will never go home. This is the thing people don't understand. Like, I speak to naive Irish men and women all the time. And they're like, well, sure, they'll all go back, won't they? It's like, are you mental? Why would they go back to a country that's just turned into rubble when they get everything here, the land of milk and honey? Why would they stay? Why would they go back home? And they never think about these things. Let's play this other clip here. I just spoke to this man on the streets of Letterkenny as well. We're in Lower Main Street, Letterkenny, and the Irish are now a minority here.
Well, we are a minority, and I've been waiting to get accepted in a doctor's practice for the last 3 months, and I can't get into my own local doctor. And I've been told today by another doctor that the priority is given to Ukrainians and refugees.
He actually said that to you?
Yeah.
Wow. And how do you feel that as an Irishman? I'm sure you worked your whole life, your ancestors are from here.
Well, you see, I've been away my whole life and I've returned to Ireland, like, you know.
Right.
So I take it now as very bad, because all I ever wanted to do was return to Ireland, but it's not the Ireland that I left, you know.
And how do you feel now, like, as a returning Irishman to your ancestral home, that you're being treated like this?
Well, I feel totally let down by the government in place, like, you know. And like, you know what I mean, and I think it's just disgraced, like, you know. But the people are silly enough that they keep voting these people back into power time and time again, and they turn around and they give these lame duck stories every time, and the fools fall for it.
In the next 10 years, the Irish are projected to become a minority in their own country. What's your views on that?
Well, I think it's downright a disgrace. And people say, oh, well, the Irish emigrated all over the world. Yes, we did. But everywhere we went, we had to work.
Yeah.
I would have no problem with people coming here that worked from day one. But they come here and they're a drain on the society.
Yeah.
They're a drain on the health and the medical.
Yeah, I find that comparison very disingenuous by people who make that comparison.
But who's making it? People that never had to leave Ireland.
Yeah.
The politicians that never left Ireland in their lives, they're the ones that make it. Oh, we emigrated all over the world. I've emigrated all over the world. I've been in 20 different countries working. But everywhere I went, I had to work. Yeah. I got nothing for nothing.
Look, I was really good chatting. God bless you.
All right.
See you there.
Thanks.
So I had a good conversation with an Irishman returning home and can't get any help. The foreigners are getting preferential treatment. What a joke, hey? So let me know in the live chat what you all think. What do you think about all this shenanigans? Let me go to the live chat here in a second. Before I do, if you want to get your beef, pork, or lamb boxes delivered to your front door this coming Wednesday, make sure you get your orders in tonight. Beef, lamb, and pork, Donegal's finest Fenian Donegal beef, lamb, and pork, non-halal, guaranteed Irish, definitely not Brazilian. So click the link in our bio, click the link below, and go to the shop, go to the butcher box, and get your orders in now. We've also got the Gaelic jerseys. And these are the most popular product at the minute. We dispatch worldwide. The butcher boxes are for Ireland and UK only. So Ireland, North and South, all 32 countries, and England, Scotland, Wales. And everything else on the shop is dispatched worldwide. So get your official Gaelic jersey now. And we've also got some fantastic things on our shop. We got Irish language publications. We got Irish Catholic publications as well. Irish prayer books. What else here? Flags, badges, brown scapulars, turf, peat, incense burners, badges. You name it, we've got it. So check out our shop. Another thing you can do is support us by joining as a member. Click the link in our bio. Join as a member now from anywhere in the world. Ireland, UK, Canada, America, Australia. That's the membership pack you receive as a standard member. We've also got gold membership tiers to get the Who We Are booklet, the Irish badge, the historic 1960 Freedom Proclamation, the Irish tricolour flag, and we also get the membership card. Join as a member now. Click the link in the bio or down below this video and join our membership now. Okay, everybody, look, that's it for me tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be live again this coming Tuesday, and we'll be going to the protest on Thursday, so we'll probably do a live stream from the protest, so make sure you tune in. It'd be good to see us all. Hopefully we get a good crowd. I'm sure there will be a good crowd this coming Thursday down in Dublin. So look, that's it for me tonight, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you all again soon. God bless you all. Aaron go bra.